All right, we're back for another video here. This is my trailer, and I've had this trailer for like 20 years, and it's been a good trailer. It's carried a lot of stuff, but lately I've had a couple of problems with this is too steep of a ramp for stuff to get up there. So started thinking I wanted to make a new ramp or something with this beam. I have two of those. So, and I have some pieces that go across, but I wanted to make a new ramp. But I just realized that I don't need two ramps. I don't need new ramps. All I need is for this trailer to just go like this, just pivot up. That way this whole thing becomes so. Since I'm pulling with the winch from that point right there, I think what I'm gonna do is because this what the hell is this thing called? Well, anyways, this thing lifts it up pretty good. I mean, it lifts it up. If I go all the way up, it almost um, these legs almost touched the ground, and that's pretty much what I need. I need this whole deck to have be in the same plane with these ramps. I'm gonna down there. I'm also gonna cut this and make these ramps just sit on the floor instead of that little step that it has. See that little step? I don't want that. I want it to sit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this thing off. I was gonna buy a 10,000-pound one and replace this, but I think this is just fine. This is like 5,000 pounds. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it off and I'm gonna turn it so that the handle is on this side and on that side. And I'm gonna lower it. And then I'm gonna cut the handle off. I'm gonna put a socket in here of some sort so that I can attach a rod to go out. And I have a heavy duty drill that's got a real low gear. I'm gonna use that to raise it and lower, and that'll give me another about 12 inches. If I weld it from right here, it's gonna give me about 12 inches more, which is plenty. I think it's gonna be perfect to raise this thing up to bring the equipment on top. So that's the plan. When I'm loading stuff on here under its own power, I won't do that. But if I'm pulling it up with the winch, then under its own power, it has to stay hooked to the vehicle. If not, it would be a problem. But with the winch, even with the winch and under its own power, I can. That's what I'm gonna try. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this off, turn it, and then this is gonna be probably 2 or 3 parts for this video. I'm gonna put the new box. Well, it's not new, but new to me box for the winch, so it could stay in there. Yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut this off and see if what I'm thinking it's gonna work. Either way, it's going to be better. So, yeah, that's the first thing I want to do. Okay, so I was trying to figure out ways that I can do this without having to cut all this, but I'm just going to cut it. Anyways, just in case somebody didn't know how the inside of that worked, that's how it works. I don't want to cut into the either. I don't want to cut into this or the tube. Okay. All right. I just removed everything from this little box. I was gonna leave it there, but I don't think I need it. I had it. It was attached by 2 bolts. Yeah, quarter 20. So she's coming out of here. Okay, so now I got a lot more room to work with this thing. Yep, she's a dead soldier. I'm gonna have to get a little longer blade. Let me get the other one. This one's a little bit thinner. It'll fit right in there. Not bad. Okay. So we'll put this little fella. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit here, but it fits on the bottom. Nice. There it is. Tools make the difference. So that's awesome. All right, so clean that up. And then we can weld that sucker on there. I think that's how it's going to go. Yeah, I think I got this thing solved. What I'm going to do is, this is 1/4-inch plate. So I'm going to make 2 brackets, the width of this whole thing, all the way down. And they're going to come out a little bit. And then I'm going to use these 2 pins, one on the top, like that, and one on the bottom. And I'm going to weld 2 stops over here, one here and one in the other pin, the 2 pins. But I'm going to do it really low, like about there. So this could go, I want this to go as high as I want to do it. But then I also want to make 2 stops down here somewhere so that I can bring this thing up out of the ground, just in case if this thing goes through, I don't know, a puddle or, a hole or whatever. I don't want this to hit and break. So it's already, that's kind of low. So, I mean, the axles have to hit first, but a lot of times this hits before the axles hit. So that's what I want. I want to make this so that I can move this thing up and down, but I want to be able to use it as low as I can go down that way. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to cut 2 angles, the width of that, drill 2 holes for the pins. 4 holes, 2 on each side. And yeah, I think that'll work. It won't move. This thing won't move, and it'll be safe. All I'm looking for here is functional, but more important, safety. I don't want this to come off and hurt somebody or, and none of that. I think that's the easiest, quickest solution so that I don't have to remake those ramps. So, yeah. Let's show you how I'm going to cut this. I got a pretty neat machine to do it. Yeah, let's cut it. All right, so it's the next day. I'm making the plate that's going to go on the side of I'm going to make 2 of these. I'll probably show this. I restored this a few, maybe like 3-4 years ago. I bought this machine. This is a hacksaw. So yeah, I'll bring you back when I got them done. It does have a pump. for the cutting fluid, but I don't have it connected. So this is a finger cutting contraption. It's gonna take a bit. All right, so there it is. Now we got the brackets. Pin's gonna go there. Obviously, I think I'm gonna cut these pins a little bit. They don't need to be that long. So I think that's it. And then this thing will slide up and down as needed. Yeah. Okay. So let me clean everything up. Remove all the edges. Grind this down and clean it up. Grind the one down there. Okay. So I kind of got it a little bit set up already. Now I'm going to grind where the welds are going to go. I think I'm going to put 2 holes right there so that I can fill with weld. I'm going to weld right here. So I think I just leave it alone and just weld down in there. And I think it'll be just fine. I got to get something to cover that. All right, so we had it all set up. So now I'm going to grind a couple of spots, clean it all up so I can weld it. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. Grind this side and tack it in place. It's a little tight, but let's tack her in place. Okay, so let's tack this puppy in. Alright, so now let's remove these. Okay, and now I should have, yeah, just enough of paint to fit in there. Nice. Okie dokie. Well, let's weld her up. Alright, so I got it welded on the, well, not all the way, but on the inside. It's kind of tight, so I welded this side. Now I'm just going to do the top and the bottom. It was kind of tight, that's why I didn't show. I still got to do a little bit more, so. bottom is gonna be fun, but yeah, not bad. It's nice. That's why God invented grinders. All right, now I'm gonna do the bottom, and then I'll bring you back when I'm fitting all that. All right, so I think I got it all welded. I had a little problem down there. Kind of hard to, I think I put a little too much, so I'm gonna have to grind that down. But other than that, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna round these corners after it's all, but it looks really good. Same underneath. As good as it's gonna get. But I know it's not gonna come off of there. So I think it'll be just fine. Okay, so there it is. Good grief. So now all I gotta do is cut a couple of chunks so that I can slide this, pull the pin out, and it'll sit right where I need it. And I think that's how it's gonna go. So yeah, let me cut what I need for there, and yeah, that's it. All right, so clean that up. All right, so that's where I want that thing. So now this little chunk, right there, all that's gonna do is hold it from coming off. That's not fine. Okay, so there we are. So that there it is. That's what's gonna hold that when I move it up. Nice. Okay. 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 By the way, it's about 1,000 degrees out here. Okay, so that's the only thing we need for that one, because this is not gonna do, the top one is not gonna do anything. So these, that's just to hold it from coming out or falling down. And there's a leg down there, so nothing's gonna happen there. Okay, so now the important one, it's going to be dropping this thing all the way to the floor. Right there. I want that like about there somewhere. Let me put the leg on just to make sure. Another thing that we're going to do, I think, is we're going to put a pivot down here, because as this goes up, it tends to, go like this. So if we have a pivot, the leg will stay flat all the time, and then this will move a little bit. So that way it doesn't put a lot of stress on the actual, on this thing. Okay. Oh yeah. It could go all the way down if I wanted it. Okay. Okay, I don't even know if I was recording, but there it is. Now I'm going to grind this up. I'm going to grind this, make them flush, clean them up, and then try it out. Okay, so there it is. I didn't film me making that. If you want to see more of that, just leave a comment down there, and I'll show you how to, how I make them in the lathe and things. But this used to be like a torch that broke, and I just drilled a hole and made a seat for this thing, for the shaft. So now you'll be able to take, I have this one, so I'm going to use this one. It's a Craftsman. Anyways, you take this, you stick it there. I'm going to put a little, like a little support here too, and then I'll hook either the drill or just a crank. I'll put a crank here. The one that I cut off, okay, so I'll weld a cheap piece of extension on this, so that I can just use the crank. But I'll have a support here, so that it'll help with that. I think this video is, I'm going to put this video up. I think this is done. So the whole purpose of this is so that when I have the ramps down there, I'm able to lift the trailer enough, and then the winch will pull. So it'll be like a tilt bed, but the whole trailer will tilt. And yeah, this thing came out nice. As strong as it can be there. So now I'm going to pressure wash it. That's on the next video. And then I'm going to put the toolbox to put the winch in there. Put the bigger toolbox on. I think that's going to be nice. Put the bigger toolbox, put all the stuff in it. and that's it. Paint it. There'll probably be a couple of videos that I can, I could post for this. But this was the first one. So we're all set with this. And it works nice. I mean, this is lifting it. I don't even have the leg out. And it's already past level. So that's really nice. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right. See you on the next one.